Aloha and welcome everyone to this live webinar, Heal Yourself with Signature Cell Healing. And I'd like to welcome light workers and healers from around the world to this webinar. And we're exploring the self-healing techniques and foundational philosophy of this evolutionary healing method pioneered by our founder, master healer, Kahu Fred Sterling. And today our topic is living life in balance. We'll be looking at how you can use signature cell healing to balance yourself on all four bodies, navigate your life's challenges, and rediscover your passion for life. So thanks so much for those of you joining me live, and aloha to everyone coming in on the recording. It's not convenient for everyone around the world, but we've made these particular webinars convenient for the US and Canada and parts of South America and Mexico, and also for our friends in the Australian and Asian time zones. So I'm happy to see an Australian friend here with us today, and really grateful to see you. So what I'd like to do first is to start with a prayer and just a centering. So everybody kind of center a little bit, get comfortable, and just draw some deep prana breaths. And the breathing that we do in signature cell healing is we begin with imagining the golden particles of the Creator's light above your crown chakra. And if you can't really see them in your mind's eye, just know they're there. And as you breathe in through your nose, inhale and then draw the golden particles, allow them through your crown chakra. And right there is where we have the pineal gland with the signature cell, with the blueprint for the lifetime that we're living right now. And that energy is activated when we do this breathing. So draw in the particles now on the inhale, bring it all the way down to your heart chakra. And there you lock the breath and weave the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies together. And just feel your heart expanding. And then as you exhale, let that light expand more and more. So keep breathing and just draw in these beautiful particles, this essence of love, lock the breath, and then exhale and feel yourself expanding into that light. As I call upon the Creator's light, the Christ light, the Goddess Weave of Love, Master Guide Kirill, and our Master Kahu Fred Sterling, the Master Healer of Signature Cell Healing, and all the guides and angels, the Lemurian Goddess Light, and energies of love that guide all of us in our journeys, our higher selves, our angels, our guides, to come forth now in guidance for this webinar today, while we're speaking today about healing the self and aging our souls and bringing forth a love frequency that can heal ourselves and the planet. And we're so very grateful to this great shift in consciousness for the opportunities to expand our light and to evolve into our evolutionary journeys of love. And we offer this prayer from my humble heart in love. Amen. Okay, so that's just a prayer and the breathing that we do in signature cell healing. And that is just the basis for doing the 5 breath self-healing meditation, which is one of these great self-healing techniques that Kahu Fred developed in the last 5 years of his time on the earth plane incarnate. And these self-healing techniques are what we learn about and explore in the signature cell healing, first steps of signature cell healing online workshop that's coming up at the end of next month. And we have the 5 breath self-healing meditation. We have activating the vagus nerve. We've got all these great self-healing techniques that we can do on ourselves in order to prepare to heal others. So it's always healing the self first and then healing others because we're ready to at that point, right? So one part of the great Lemurian wisdom that Kahu Fred and Master Guide Kirill brought through, in addition to signature cell healing, are the Lemurian prophecy cards. So I've got my prophecy card box over here, and inside are my cards. And it's just a regular card deck. So you can actually do this too. So I'm going to pick a card for this reading. And I recommend that you incorporating this into part of your daily guidance because it's so simple. And you'll be learning about the Lemurian numerology, which is such an important part of signature cell healing. The Lemurian numerology weaves through all of signature cell healing, and you can have fun with it in using the Lemurian prophecy cards. So everybody here, send your light into the cards, and I'll take a deep breath. Some of you coming from a little farther away than others. And I think I got everybody there. So we'll cut the cards and choose a card to represent this particular webinar. Okay, well, this is great. Okay, so this is the 10 of clubs. Now, in the Lemurian prophecy cards, there are 4 suits in the deck, right? So the physical is the diamonds, the emotional body is represented by the hearts, the spades is the spiritual body, and the clubs is the mental body. So we've got number 10, which is the number for creation, conscious creation, like the 10 principles of consciously creating, which is another important part of signature cell healing. So a reminder about our thoughts and how powerful they are in this energy of the great shift right now. And I'm not, sure about you folks, but I'm very careful about the thoughts that I create because the thoughts have a right to a life. And those thoughts that I have are going to go out and they're going to find like energy and draw it to it because the thought thinks, well, that's what she wants. So we're going to go out there and we're going to manifest it. So how important is it to keep a positive mindset these days, right? And I personally notice it immediately when I have a thought that's anything less than love. It's going to attract more energy to it. And there we go down that road. So I'm doing my best not to go there. And it's a great reminder to have this 10 of clubs because that is the energy that we're in right now. Because the great shift that we're in is moving us from this 3rd dimensional yin yang awareness, right? The mundane world that we've had on this planet for so many thousands of years. And now it's time to bring the love in, bring forth the goddess light, the goddess love, and shift the planet, raise the frequency of love collectively on the planet. And we do that by each of us working on our own frequency of love. So that's where signature cell healing comes in, right? So when we can individually, and even like in a group like we've got here today, raise our frequency of love and be aware of the effect that it has on the collective consciousness of the earth plane. So what a great reminder that as we shift now into this 4th dimension and open up to the 5th dimension, in the Lemurian numerology, the 4 is about thought and balancing the 4 bodies, and then also going into the 5th, and 5 is the number for love. So if you'd like to find out more about the Lemurian numerology, I have a page on my personal website, KarinnaNielsen.com, under the Lemurian wisdom, and you can get a just a quick summary of the Lemurian numerology. And it's a great way to receive guidance, even if you just pull one card every morning after your meditation, and then do a little automatic writing to get a message or draw a picture of an image that you have. It's a wonderful way to bring get closer to your guidance. Okay, so we are in that light, in the energy of the numerology. Here we are in the first month of January, which has that one energy, and we are conscious. If we can, as much as possible, consciously creating our experience. And don't get down on yourself if things, you forget about that and it goes south, and just bring yourself back to balance. And you can do that with the breathing or the 5-breath self-healing meditation. Meditation is so important right now. These are the ways that we can restore balance in our lives. So I'm going to bring up the slides right away now. Just if you have a question, you can place it in the chat, or you can raise your hand. I'll take your questions anytime. No problem about that. And I'll just get us going here. All right. Oh, I didn't want to come to that quite so quickly, but oh, okay, wait, let me escape here. I hope I can go backwards. No. Oh, I'm so sorry. I've got to X out of here. Oh. And here I thought I knew what I was doing. Anyway, so since I've got this slide going here, I can tell you about the workshop that's coming up at the end of next month. It begins February 24th. And like this webinar, it's at a time that's convenient for our friends in Australia and Asian time zones. And it's going to be on 2 weekends, February 24th and 25th, and then on the next weekend, March 2nd and 3rd. And it will be at 1 p.m. Hawaii, and go for about 2 hours and about 15 minutes each time, but we always seem to go a little bit longer. No problem. You will have the recordings of the session, so in case you can't attend one or a couple of them, it's not a problem. You can always access the recordings. And the great thing about it too is that you get these great deals. You'll get the whole signature self-healing resource bundle complimentary with your registration, and that has ebooks, videos, MP3s, and you'll also get a buy one get one free offer plus shipping on the print books from Kahu and Master Guide Kirill, and also 50% off the MP3s of Signature Cell Healing, the full course audio recordings. So we got some pretty good deals there. So let me just stop the share a moment, and I'll try and figure out my PowerPoint here. Let me see how we go here. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. Bring us back in. So here we are at the Heal Yourself, the Signature Cell Healing webinar. And this lovely lady in the photo is showing us a beautiful balance, at least on the physical. But as you can see, living life in balance is not just about the physical body. It's about bringing forth balance on all 4 bodies. And Master Guide Kirill said this about it: love in balance has the power to help you remain more centered when the energies all around are chaotic and intense. So living life, or living in balance, is about bringing love into your journey. And I have a motto for this year, for the 2024, that is, I choose love. So if you wonder what that means, I'm taking every situation and doing my best to shift my heart and my mind into love for whatever is happening. And it's challenged me so far. I'll admit it. I had a couple of challenges here, but I think all in all, it's a pretty good motto. And so the idea is to bring balance into the physical, the emotional, the mental, and the spiritual. And why is that? That's because, and what does healing really mean? Because that's what we're all searching for, right? In this balance. So healing means to make whole, or returning to wholeness on all four bodies: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And this came home to me very clearly when a friend of mine, quite a few years ago now, had cancer, and her daughter was trying to help her heal. And they were healing. They were going to Mexico to get special stem cell treatments or something like that. And they were changing the whatever she was eating and doing all those things. So for healing, for me, that's all really good. And if you're guided to do that, I would never say don't do that. The thing we can also do is look at the emotional aspects of the healing, the mental aspects of the healing, and the spiritual aspects of the healing. Because when we have an ailment or we're healing something, it starts in the spiritual body, in the blueprint. It's in the blueprint, in your blueprint, in my blueprint. When we come through to do a lifetime, we have this spiritual element inside our pineal gland. And then when that is time to have that lesson plan, that healing, or that illness in particular, that will come through the mental body, where you're starting to think about it and starting to wonder, okay, what is this illness? How can I heal this? And then it'll drop into the emotional body, where there's something that you need to feel. There's something that you need to experience, expanding your love. And when it drops into the physical body, we have the opportunity then to heal backwards from the physical to the emotional, mental, and spiritual. And in that, we achieve a wholeness and healing on all four bodies. So this friend of mine had that, and I think I wrote a blog post about her. They tried their best. The cancer continued. They did as much as they could until finally she looked at her family and said to her family, "Am I really going to die?" And everybody just cried all together. They just cried together about how much they loved each other. And for me, that was the moment of healing for her, because she was able to open her heart, and all her family were able to show how much they loved her. And she could tell them how much she loved them. So in this way, we don't talk about curing an illness in signature cell healing, and we don't diagnose. We're not doctors, signature cell healers. We're healers. And that means we're looking at illness as a more all-encompassing experience. It's, what you expect from a doctor is to have some kind of diagnosis and a treatment plan. But signature cell healing walks with you as a complementary healing modality with anything that you might experience on the physical body. So it's complementary, and it heals on the four bodies. And that's where the four bodies come into balance. So I'm gonna come out of the screen share a minute and see if that brings up any questions for anybody, because there's a few pretty dramatic things I might have said there that raised some questions. This friend of mine did end up passing away, and leaving the earth plane. And of course, you know, she was quite young. She was not old. She was in her 50s, I think. And it was, as we look at it, of course, devastating for her family. But as you look at it as a healer, she achieved great things in her lifetime. She healed so much just with that one illness. She healed all her personal relationships, well, and you know, many that I knew, healed her, brought her family together. They were dispersed in different areas. So, you know, the healing, when we focus on what's positive about an ailment, or what's positive, or what's really going on for us when we have a certain ailment, we can really expand our healing and learn so much about ourselves, and expand our awareness of love. So and that's one thing that Kahu always did say, it's all about love. And so I'll take a breath there and let you kind of absorb that, or any questions that you might have. So healing for me really is a 4-body experience. So did I see you, Wendy? Go ahead. Gotcha.
You were saying, I sort of missed it, but I think you talked about this in the past, that if we have an illness, we get sick from what? From mental to emotional to physical? No, or that we heal the directions of that healing you talked about. And
right. So it's perfect. Go ahead.
That's all. I did clarify.
Yeah, thank you. Because that is the blueprint, is the spiritual aspect in, you know, within us, right? That's our spirit, our connection. The blueprint in the pineal gland, in the signature cell, connects into our higher self and to all that is, right? And that's just that little tiny pineal gland with the signature cell and our blueprint for this lifetime, and frankly, all others. And that, when that, you know, like for example, with myself, right? I had various types of, you know, before I was 40, I had a completely different life. I was an English teacher, and I was living in Europe, and you know, doing other things than spirituality. But then when I was about 40, I met Kahu Fred and Master Guide Carol, and my whole life shifted. Well, then a portion of my blueprint was activated. And it was a portion that had just been kind of dormant, can we say, for that part of my life, because this was completely different. And so, you know, at that point, there were the lesson plans that I came here to heal that started to activate. And the way I experience it is, it comes through in layers. So I can't get that deep lesson plan until I get these ones that are on top of it, right? So as I start to go down through the layers of the blueprint, and when you're healing someone, if you're a signature cell healer, you may experience that. You may feel the layers of the blueprint and know that, you know, just bringing love into the healing is going to allow what needs to come up now to be healed to come up. So in my healing journey, those things would go. And then when I became, I think I was about 60, 59, 60, this whole awareness of these past lives that I had that were very deep and repetitive, that I needed to heal. And that had to do with my legs and my lower body and my hips, right? So it manifests in osteoporosis, arthritis, and things like that. But when we look at ailments and illnesses, if we don't, you know, and it's okay to go to a doctor about these things, right? But there is another aspect of the healing that I wanted to focus on, and that was healing those past lives. And because I focused on that, and because I had my signature cell healing sessions, I get them too, right? That I was able to shift it, and now I'm walking really well. In the beginning, I was really, it brings up the fears, right? I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to walk anymore. I mean, it was really that bad. So now I feel so much more love permeating my journey that I'm not afraid of that any longer. And I'm releasing, these past lives. You may get this too in your meditations. You may get glimpses of, it's you, but it doesn't look like you, right? Maybe it was a man, or, it looks like, somebody else, but it's you in your meditation. Just let it go. Just check it out. I mean, look at it and say, wow, that was in Roman times. Holy moly, and then boom, let it go. And just know that's all you need to do. I mean, it's of course it's interesting, but we don't need to dwell on it. The point is to heal it and let it go. And you might find some that you need to kind of work with a little bit longer. So that's what I engaged in, a few years ago. And fortunately, Kahu Fred was still here to help me through the beginning of it. And so I'm feeling a whole lot better today. This morning I had a really brisk 30-minute walk without any pain. And so we can turn these things around by following our guidance. So I use all the tools of signature cell healing, the meditation, the 10 principles of consciously creating, the numerology, regular healing sessions, self-healing, 5 breath self-healing meditation, everything to, and this is just the way I am too, is just, I just go for it, just use everything that I could to heal this particular ailment. And I know that people do things at a different pace. It doesn't have to be, you just go full on into it, but relax into it and release the fear and bring more love in through your meditations in order to get the guidance. Because this is something that, getting back to Wendy's question, it's been released out of your blueprint, and now it's coming through the mental body into the emotional body, where there I got scared, there I felt the fear, and then it dropped down into my physical body, where it manifested into this particular ailments, right? The ailments. And then by healing it, by addressing it and bringing in more love, I was able to release the fear and start to move it into the emotional body, bring more love in, understanding it in the mental body. And then the spiritual body in the blueprint can say, wow, that one is probably done. Let's get it out. And it's gone. Okay, Mary Faith, go ahead.
I have a question. Do our souls make these choices for us? Or do we make this choice with our soul before we come down?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what we, and Master Kirill has described it so beautifully so many times about, before we incarnate for a particular lifetime, we're in the etheric light, just a particle of the creator. And, that's our soul light. And we interact with our guides and our angels and say, well, in that last lifetime, I didn't really get this done. So I'm going to get a mother and father that are extremely poor because I want to experience that, but then I want to throw off that lesson plan and become wealthy, right? So you put that in the blueprint, or whatever ailments you have, and then plan it. So it's not about good and bad and saying, oh, well, that's really bad to be poor. No, it's just a life journey. Or it's really bad not to have, to have this particular disease or that particular disease. If you go beyond the yin and yang, it's about the soul's experience. So yes, that is something that we put in there, and we do it also in mind of the people that will be in our families and will be our friends and around, so we can help them to heal too. So by them seeing our journey through it, we can help. That will be healing for everyone, just like my friend, who brought her family back together again.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Thank you. All right. Does that bring up any more questions for you? I think it's a great aspect when we can actually look in meditation and look at our lives and think, right there, I don't like that part. I don't like that part of my life. And let's look at it and think, wow, I could heal that, right? I could heal that. And I've done that with, certain people. If I've had a relationship with someone and I think, that's not the best relationship I probably could have with that person, and think, I wonder how I could heal that. How could I bring more love into that? And part of that for me begins in the mental body, because I'm real powerful in the mental body, but it's also feeling that other person's journey. So, and having compassion and love for that person. So healing our relationships, I'm going to talk about this a little bit more in next weekend in the Heart to Spirit Connections, where we're coming into this month of February, where everybody talks about it's the month of love because it's Valentine's Day. But, what about our relationships? How can we improve them? And I know we can bring more love into our own hearts, to have compassion for others, and that will improve our relationships and improve our own lives at the same time. So, this is an opportunity with signature cell healing that we have to look at our lives and say, yeah, I wish I had a different place to live, or I wish I had better health, or I wish I had, more time to do the things that I like, or I'd really like to, find a partner or get a new relationship. These are the things that we can heal. We can heal them. And because we put it in the blueprint, like Mary Faith was asking, we put everything in the blueprint, and we can heal everything in love. And this is a famous saying from Kahu and Master Guide Carol: everything can be healed in love. And I do believe it, because I've experienced it myself with so many people and with myself as well. Yeah, isn't it beautiful? So let me just ask you, we have time for a meditation. So I'm just going to get everybody to get comfortable again, unless you have like a question that you'd like to ask or challenge me on any of that, because I went out on a limb there. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is just relax and just start that breathing again. And imagine the golden particles, that's the creator's light, the photon energy that's so prevalent now, and bring it through your pineal gland in the center of your head with the signature cell in the blueprint. And allow it to come through into your heart space. And when you exhale out your mouth, just let the light start to expand from your heart. And keep doing this breathing. And just imagine yourself now in the most comfortable space that you know of, your favorite space to be. It might be somewhere in the forest with a nice bench in front of a stream or a lake. It might be beside the ocean. It might be somewhere up on a mountain where the air is nice and cool and crisp, and or it may be somewhere in your home where you feel very, very comfortable. So just keep breathing and see yourself there. See yourself completely feeling safe and loved And just let the light now from your heart as you breathe expand from your physical, and in the physical, light up your whole cellular consciousness of 70 trillion cells. So from the blueprint in the signature cell, let that love go into every cell of your physical body. And feel the love awaken the chromosomes of youth and vitality in every cell. Light up the mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cells, and just breathe into it and infuse every cell in your body with this feeling of love, peace, harmony, and balance. And just keep breathing. And let the light go now from your physical body. Expand this light into your emotional body and let it come from your cells themselves outside of your physical body, and just feel the love surrounding you. This is not a love that has any opposites. It's the love of all that is, and we connect into it through our hearts. So just expand the light now and feel the limitlessness of this love of all that is, that we're all a part of. Doesn't that feel wonderful? And then just feel this light expanding now into your mental body. And in your mental body, you have the connection into the omni consciousness of all that is. So we have the brain in our heads, but we also can connect that mind into the greater mind of all consciousness. So breathe and just feel this light now expanding through your mental body and moving into the spiritual body and expanding into the light of all that is. And you understand the beautiful part you are in this whole great shift in consciousness. The beauty of you, a light worker, a goddess light on earth now. And the beauty that, and the love that it took for us to all come here at this time. So just breathe and feel your connection into the Creator's light of all that is, and know you're never separated from this light. We're always here, connected into the light of all that is. We choose our experience on earth, yet the light of love is always in connection with us and we with it. So in this beautiful bubble of light that you've created, we join our lights together, everyone now here on the webinar and those coming in later, and we just feel the light connection of all the light workers on earth, and knowing that love is possible every day in our lives. Now bring yourself gradually back through your spiritual body and breathe your awareness down into your mental body. And bring your light down back into your heart, into the emotional body. And let the love and light come down into Mother Earth through your feet as you re-enter your physical body, and feel that deep connection to Mother Earth and draw her love for you through the soles of your feet up into your heart. And know that everything is perfect in your life. And feel the love. Feel that light. and gradually come back into our webinar here today. How did that feel? I loved it. Any shares? Did you feel super expanded? It's a good thing. It's a good thing. Yeah. Yeah. So, is it if you have any shares, please let me know. No problem. Great. Go ahead, Wendy. Yes.
It was really beautiful, and towards I guess the last third of it, I just saw the most glorious purples all the time. I know you're a purple goddess, so I don't know if that was your light or a purple light, but it was really beautiful. It was a wonderful experience in meditation. Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Wendy. That's great. Yeah, I'm a purple goddess, and it's fun to explore, the goddess colors, and understand that. I have a little bit about that on my website as well. Goddess light is the energy of love that heralds a great shift in consciousness, and so we are all goddess lights, and we're expanding our love for the benefit of Mother Earth and everyone on the planet, to collectively raise the frequency of love. And we're doing it one heart at a time, right? Beginning with our own. So we're almost out of time, but if you have any questions, I'll answer them. I just wanted to remind you that we're going to have a few things coming up, and one is well, let me get it here so you can still raise your hand. I'm gonna find where we are here. I'm sorry, I'm I'm a little working on this. Okay, here we go. So we'll go over here. I hope we see it. Okay, so we do have the workshop that I talked about, and this is where we can learn how to heal ourselves through anything. If I can heal through this, and there's so much healing happening right now. It's just beautiful. So join us, join the webinar coming up at the end of the month. The registration is open now, and I'd be happy to help you with that. What I wanted to tell you was next month on the 21st is going to be our next global healing meditation for Mother Earth. And that is a beautiful opportunity to connect your heart into healers and light workers all around the planet. We do this at 9 p.m. our local time, and it creates this wave of love going around the planet. We send our light to Diamond Head. That's why Diamond Head is there in the picture, Diamond Head crater, and that's where we gather. So even now, if you go in meditation and you send your light, your awareness to the center of Diamond Head, you'll feel the energy there, because it's there really all the time. This beautiful weave of love for Mother Earth. And next month, it's coming fast, folks. It's amazing how short this month of January it feels to me. And February is even shorter, but we'll be in February before you know it. Next weekend is the Heart to Spirit Connections free webinar. So I'll be here again at the same time, and we'll be talking about this month of love, February, and how we can bring love into everything and heal. I hope I will see you for that as well. And that's a free webinar. Then we'll begin with the workshop at the final weekend of the month. So I hope to see you there. Yeah. So in conclusion, I thank everyone for being part of the webinar today, and I'm so very grateful for your participation. please, you can email me at Karinna@signaturecellhealing.com. And I'd be happy to take your email. And please visit signaturecellhealing.com or KarinnaNielsen.com for more information on signature cell healing. Any final words or questions? Thank you so much. I'm sending everyone in the colder climates warm healing light from Lemuria. And lots of love. Thank you to you, Leanne, from down under. Lots of love. And Wendy's looking forward to the workshop. Me too. Can't wait. It'll be fun. And by the way, just want to say that we have a monthly gathering of graduates of the first steps to signature cell healing every month. And that's a perk that the graduates get once you've completed the workshop. And it's a beautiful review session that we have every month. So I hope I'll see you then next weekend and in the workshop at the end of February. Thanks so much, everybody. I'll stop the recording now. Aloha.